Hydrated.
You never drink enough out there. And yeah, it's been around 100 degrees today, so we're not going to get any kind of excessive heat warning. It needs to be over 105, but thankfully we're not going to be reaching that.
Yeah, and with this humidity that is hitting Arizona, but other places, when it gets up that high, it gets really dangerous.
Pretty miserable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
when
can
it's
definitely
dry,
feel it.
We can handle it, but
Yeah.
not with that.
Yeah, so the rain the last couple weeks has really helped keep that humidity a tad bit higher, and there's still some areas seeing rain, and let's start off with that. We do have some fast-moving storms. It looks like they're just about done with Wilcox at the moment, now starting to approach Benson down I-10 over there. There's also some more storms we're tracking just north of Safford up here I'll get to in just a second. Let's start off with this area, because if we zoom in a little bit here, you are going to see that it's starting to fall apart just a little bit. It was a real solid line that was making its way through Safford. It's now down in this area. The rain rate, as we checked about 10 minutes ago, was about 1.5 inches. Looks like the strongest spot's going to be right about here. You can see it's just about halved at that point in time. So looking at the height of the storm, I'd imagine it's not going to be very tall because we're not seeing too much lightning with it either. And as you can see, sitting right around 20,000 feet, there's not going to be any kind of threat of severe weather with these storms that are developing right now. But there were some areas that were pretty strong earlier today. So if I loop this for you, you're going to see it started just south of that city. A few stronger thunderstorms up towards the north right there. Nothing really holding together here that I think is going to be making it into Tucson. If we were looking at any area that could reach Tucson, it would have been these storms closer towards Safford itself that would have tracked down, but they would have had to cross over the Catalinas and the Rincons to get into the city. But I just want to point this out because if we're getting rain over the next couple days, it's going to be from storms like this that develop up towards our north and then track down towards the southwest into the city of Tucson. So we're not going to be completely done just yet. Next storms we want to look at is going to be up towards the north right here, just right around Safford. These could potentially move into a spot, I think, if you're around Oracle, if they hold up, but still, once again, about 20,000 feet or so at absolute best here. We're not really going to be expecting these to build on up. Maybe they hold together if they reach that far south. And as I mentioned before, if we see storms tomorrow, it's going to have to be very similar. So keep an eye on this time. Looks like a nice line could potentially make its way just south of Safford once again. And if it holds up, making it to Tucson, but 10-20% chance of rain at absolute best for a lot of the area. And that's mostly going to be for the middle of the afternoon on your Wednesday. Once you get past about 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow, I do think your rain chances are over. And even with that, it's going to be a stretch for a lot of us to see any kind of stronger storms. So you can see that monsoon prediction index very low for the next couple days. So heat's still the big thing we're tracking here. Even though I do think we're going to have slightly cooler conditions out there for some spots, it's still going to be around 100, especially on the south side of town. You do have the airport expecting 100 degrees. Same thing with Tucson Estates. In the east side, it tends to stay a bit drier, so I think their temperature is going to be a tad bit warmer as well. Ajo, Phoenix, Sells, well over 100 degrees for those spots. Even Cochise County expecting upper 80s, lower 90s. But something else to keep in the back of your head is the winds the next couple days are going to be increasing. High and low pressure is getting very close together, so as we get into the afternoon tomorrow, we might actually have wind gusts around 25 miles per hour along the border. If you're in the city of Tucson, I don't think it's going to be that high, probably somewhere between 15 and 20 as we get into the rest of that day out there. Now, as you can see on the 7-day forecast, not too much changes when it comes to the weather. I do think we might have a better chance of rain for Friday if that humidity holds up, but still looking at temperatures over 100. Saturday and Sunday, great time for the pool. I know it's been a while since we've had a weekend since it's easy to get out, but man, looking at 100 degrees, probably a great time to get out there.
Yeah, I sent the kids to the water station. We don't have a pool, but I was like, turn on the water hose and cool down.
Yeah, already got plans for Saturday.
We used to run on the sprinklers when we were kids.
Be a perfect time for that for sure.
Coming up on News